As Giyu falls into the Infinity Castle, something unexpected happens. He's back in the past. It was that night again. He was at Mount Fujikasane again, and in front of him was Sabito. "Sabito!" he yelled out loud, but he replied, "Keep your voice down, Giyu. Are you nervous about the final selection or something? Settle down a bit," he said with a smile. Not sure how or why, but he was sent back in time right before the final selection. Then Giyu said, "Sabito, you can't go, you'll die." But he replies, "We came all this way, I can't just go. Don't worry, we're strong. And Urokodaki-san and this mask, they'll protect us." But Giyu tried to stop him, but "I'm a man, I'm not gonna run away." He wasn't gonna back down. Then he noticed something about Giyu. "Giyu, why are you in total concentration mode?" Giyu was in total concentration mode without even realizing it, and it was using up a lot of his energy. He was back in the past, but his abilities were still intact. But his physique was the same as before. So this was too much for his body to handle at the time. He got out of total concentration mode and said to Sabito, "Okay, come on then, but stay close to me." "Will do," Sabito replied with a smile, and so they proceed with the final selection. Soon enough, they run into their first demon. The first time around, this demon knocked him unconscious, but this time was different. Giyu took out the demon instantly. Sabito was amazed. "Giyu, what came over you? I feel like I'm looking at Urokodaki-san. Are you really Giyu? You're like a totally different person." "It's nothing. Come on, let's keep going," said Giyu. Then they encounter the Hand Demon. The Hand Demon said to them, "What do we got here? 2 more of Urokodaki's disciples. You'll be my 13th and 14th victim," he said with a big smirk. Giyu was infuriated. He killed Sabito and the others, so he said to him, "This is where it ends for you. Water-breathing first form, Water Slash!" The Hand Demon died instantly. Then all of the demons in the final selection got taken out. Sabito made it out alive, and they both got to see Urokodaki-san again. Sabito said upon his return, "Urokodaki-san, we're back! Giyu really stepped it up!" To which he said, "Sabito, Giyu, it's good to see you guys again. I'm so proud of you both." Then he started crying. The first time around, Sabito didn't make it, so he was upset even though Giyu made it. But this time they were both back, and he was very pleased about that. Then Giyu asked him a favor. "Can I build a house in Mount Sagiri? I want to build it for my friend and his family," Giyu said. Urokodaki-san seemed a bit confused, but he loved Giyu, so he replied, "Of course, do as you wish." And so Sabito and Giyu got to work. They kept training in their free time. Giyu had to get his physique back, and he also helped Sabito get stronger by giving him advice. For Sabito, it was like having a personal Hashira trainer all to himself. As a result, he got extremely strong in a short period of time. But he could never surpass Giyu. Giyu became the Water Hashira, but the bruise didn't appear for some reason. His body temperature and heart rate all met the requirements, but it wasn't happening. Giyu assumed that it was because of Tanjiro. He had to wait for him to get his bruise first. Then one day, Giyu did something that would change the course of history forever. He headed to see the Kamados. Nezuko was there. "Oh, hello. You here to see my brother?" she said to him. But then he said, "No, I'm here to warn you guys. They spotted this huge bear nearby, and I want you guys to evacuate to this house until it's safe. I'll send you guys money every week. You'll have everything you'll ever need there," he said to her. Her mother came out, and she was skeptical at first, but then Tanjiro said, "I can tell he's a kind person. I can smell it on him. I think we can trust him. And after the bear is gone, we can come home, so," he said to his mother. After that, the Kamados moved to the home Giyu built, and they lived happily ever after. But this changed everything. The Kamados were safe, but that meant Tanjiro and Nezuko didn't join the Demon Slayer Corps. Giyu knew this would happen, but he also knew what would happen if he didn't evacuate them, so he wasn't just gonna let his family get hurt. Then, it was that night again, the night when Muzan Kibutsuji ambushed the Kamados. But this time, the house was empty. Here, Giyu had a choice to make. He could go and face him himself, or he could let him be. Let's think about the first scenario. Giyu says to Oyakata-sama, "Muzan will come after the Kamados," so Oyakata-sama sends his soldiers to keep an eye on the Kamados. A little while later, Muzan appears and the battle begins. But at this point, the bruise hasn't showed up yet. And Muzan, he hasn't received Tamayo's poison yet, which means Muzan is stronger than ever. He was too strong for them, and the Demon Slayer Corps get taken out. But Muzan, he didn't stop there. Strange. How did they know that I'd be there? I made the decision to go there just a few hours ago, so how on earth did they know? He realizes he must keep his guard up. Then, Nakime, who helped him get there, she is executed. He thought she was the one leaking information on his whereabouts, but even then, Muzan wasn't 100% sure it was her, so he continued to be extra careful. He stopped going out in public. Muzan was not found for years, and the demons started to take control. Trying to fight him that night, it was too premature. He was just too strong at the time. Now let's go back and think about the second scenario, leaving Muzan alone. Giyu's bruise hasn't appeared yet, and the poison wasn't ready. He knew they weren't ready to take him on, so he decided to wait this one out. After that, he goes on to fulfill his duties as the Water Hashira. The Swamp Demon, the Tsuzumi Mansion Demon, Kyogai, they were taken out by Sabito, Zenitsu, and Inosuke respectively. Sabito said to Zenitsu, "Time to head to Mount Natagumo. You're a man, don't be afraid." To which Zenitsu replied, "You sound like my grandpa, Sabito. You better keep me safe. You're older than me, so got it?" Then Inosuke said, "I bet I'll take out more demons than you, rabbit boy." Sabito, Zenitsu, Inosuke, they became a famous trio of the Demon Slayer Corps. Afterwards, they head into Mount Natagumo. Giyu knew there would be casualties, so he got there earlier than the first time around. Then Giyu and Sabito run into each other. Sabito introduces Zenitsu and Inosuke to Giyu. Giyu and I joined around the same time. He's a Water Hashira now. He's one of the strongest guys in the Demon Slayer Corps, so watch and learn. Then Inosuke said to Sabito, "You two joined at the same time, but you failed to become a Hashira? You better watch it, buddy. I'm still stronger than you," Sabito said as he grabbed his face and pushed him down to the ground. "Why is he always picking fights with people like that? Idiot," said Zenitsu under his breath. Giyu was happy to see him like this. He could tell he had good friends and he was happy for him. Then they took out Rui, lower class rank 5. Then Shinobu Kochu shows up late and... "Oh, it's over already? Glad nobody got hurt, she said with a smile. But she was upset she couldn't take out any demons, Zenitsu said. She's pretty, but something about her scares me, he said to Sabito. Then Sabito said to Zenitsu, I'm proud of you, man. You were really brave back there, and you even took out a demon. Great job! But he replied, You forced me to go, and I didn't take out a demon. Sabito grabbed him and threw him in front of a demon, and Zenitsu cut him up without even realizing it. He had passed out from fear. He was much stronger than he thought, he just didn't know it yet. And so, Mount Natagumo was neutralized. So far so good, right? But then, things start to change very quickly after this. At the Mugen train, Giyu doesn't want to see Rengoku-san die, so he says to Oyakata-sama, lower class 1 and upper class 3 demons will show up at the train, so we'll need a lot of Hashiras there to protect everyone. To which Oyakata-sama said, Okay, if you say so, then I believe you. He did as he was asked. Then Sanemi said, I'll go. I'll take out those demons myself. Then Gyomei-san said, if an upper-class demon is going to be there, I should go too. Then Rengoku-san. The Flame Hashira is responsible for the Mugen train. I'll go too. The other Hashiras wanted to join too, but they had other places to tend to, and they couldn't just let the innocent get hurt, so Giyu, Gyomei, Sanemi, and Kyojuro went on the Mugen train. At the train, when they try to trick them with the Blood Demon art ticket, they almost fall for it, but Gyomei-san caught on and stopped it. Hold up! Something is up! He prevented them from being sent to the other side. Then they took out Enmu, a lower-class demon. Then Sanemi said to Giyu, You said there'd be another one here, an upper-class demon. Where is it? To which he replied, Just wait. Be patient. But the other demon never showed up. The train arrived at its destination and the sun started coming up. Gyomei-san said, Well, the other one didn't show up, but at least we took out one of them. Rengoku-san then said, The upper-class demon didn't show, but we saved a lot of innocent people today. I'm glad we came, he said with a smile. Sanemi was still complaining, but Giyu just ignored him. Giyu was confused. He couldn't figure out why the other demon didn't show up. Then he started thinking. I thought he was after the Flame Hashira, but was he actually after Tanjiro or Nezuko? But why? In this world, Tanjiro and Nezuko were just regular soldiers, so I go after them. Giyu was confused, but for whatever reason, Muzan must have been after Tanjiro. But again, in this world, Tanjiro was just an ordinary guy, and Giyu started to get worried. Maybe he changed the course of history forever, and there was no way to undo it. Meanwhile, Muzan, after hearing about the defeat of the lower-class demon, he was disappointed in them. In the original world, he was afraid of the swordsman with the earrings and the power he was accumulating, but in this world, none of that applied, so he didn't call Akaza into his room for a talk. Then, at the Yukaku, something tragic happened. Giyu knew that the upper-class rank 6 demon would be there, but then he remembered what happened with Akaza, so he couldn't be sure. In this world, maybe things are different, but he couldn't risk it, so he said to Oyakata-sama, The upper-class rank 6 demon will be at the Yukaku. But Sanemi, he was skeptical after what happened on the Mugen train. You sure about this? He asked him. But then Oyakata-sama said he was right about the lower-class rank 1 demon, so I believe him. And so Tengen, Obanai, and Giyu were sent to the Yukaku. A few days later, they found Daki and took her out. Then Gyutaro showed up. "You guys must be the Hashiras. It must be nice being a Hashira, lucky bastards. I'm gonna kill you all." Then the battle begins. Gyutaro put up a pretty good fight, but the Hashiras were strong. Then, finally, Tengen decapitates him, and Obanai finishes off Daki. But then Gyutaro said, "You guys are strong, and normally this would be a win for you, but the poison, it should be kicking in soon. You'll all be dead in no time. You guys thought you won, didn't you? Well, that may be, but you're all gonna die too. Sucks for you." Tengen had a high tolerance against poison, but he didn't make it. And Obanai. She was quite small and her body couldn't handle the poison. She died right after Tengen. Giyu knew he was done for. But then, Sabito, Zenitsu, and Inosuke showed up. Sabito ran up to him and, "Giyu, you okay?" "I'll get Shinobu-san right away, hang in there!" To which Giyu replied, "I'm done for, it's fine. I'm just glad you're alive, Sabito." "Stop talking like that, you're the Water Hashira, I should've..." But Giyu stopped him right there. "What? You should have died instead of me? Don't talk like that, idiot," he said with a smile. Then he continued, "Sabito, you'll be the Water Hashira from now on. It's up to you to carry on our legacy. I know you can do it, Sabito. I know it." "Stop talking like that, Giyu. You're not gonna die." But then, a little while later, Giyu passed away. Many years later, "Sabito! You're a Water Hashira now! You gotta protect me!" Zenitsu was crying as always. "Let's go, Fox Boy! Or should I call you Two-Face now? Ha 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 ha!" And Inosuke was giving him a hard time as always. "Stop messing around, guys! Here comes the demon! Get ready!" Sabito said to them as he drew his sword. "Water breathing, 11th form, Nagi!" In this world, neither Giyu nor Tanjiro were around to fight, but they still had Zenitsu, Inosuke, and last but not least, Sabito, the Water Hashira.